Hey yo, welcome to another episode of the Frank Bay Show. We're talking about Ngannou falling to the hands of AJ Anthony Joshua from the UK. So yeah, I got the prediction wrong, but like I said, I was going against the grain. I mentioned this before on the prediction show. Everybody was going for AJ, which is, it's the obvious choice, right? So I said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to pick Ngannou. I kind of wanted to see Ngannou sleep AJ. I think he's been overrated, and my opinion hasn't changed. This is a hot take, but this is what I think. I see everybody getting absolutely insane over AJ sleeping Ngannou, and this is only because Tyson Fury got dropped and struggled to a decision that many felt that Ngannou won. And the thing is that doesn't make AJ better than Fury. I don't care, it's what we always say, triangle theory doesn't work. On the undercard, we've seen Joseph Parker beat Zhilei Zhang, who beat Joe Joyce, who beat Joseph Parker. Okay, all these guys need to fight. AJ and Tyson Fury have been probably in the same generation era of heavyweights for maybe over 10 years now, and they have not fought. And everybody keeps saying who they think will win. There's an AJ cult out there. There's a Tyson Fury cult out there. But what's really disappointing is that everybody's on AJ's dick. Look, he knocked out an MMA fighter. Now, I said that Ngannou has some skills, which he showed. He showed against Tyson Fury. But then on the flip side of the coin, I also said it was obvious that Tyson Fury didn't train. He didn't take it serious. Now, people want to say that AJ is the number one heavyweight in the world. What a spectacular knockout. He saved boxing. And I'm like, are you guys boxing fans? Okay. Now, when I made my prediction, I said this. I said the event was a circus. It was an MMA guy that they should beat. I said this. So it wasn't necessarily that I got my pick wrong, okay? But I said that even if AJ wins, it didn't mean anything. I said that. I said if he wins, don't expect me, or if you're a true boxing fan, if you follow the sport, if you say that you're knowledgeable about boxing, you cannot say that this was some eye-opening great win. The best win of the night was Joseph Parker beating Zhilei Zhang, who had beat Joe Joyce, and everybody was hyping Zhilei Zhang because they were hyping Joe Joyce. And this is boxing, and AJ, he fights an MMA guy and sleeps him, and it's what he should have did. It's what Tyson Fury should have did, but he didn't. But does that mean that AJ is better than Tyson Fury now? It's like, look, Tyson Fury has his hands full. He has Alexander Usyk in front of him, who beat Anthony Joshua. Okay, so and here's what I mean. If Tyson Fury beats Alexander Usyk, does that mean that he doesn't need to fight Anthony Joshua? Now, a lot of Flow-Mo Fraud Mayweather fans, they'd be like, yeah, because Floyd would do that. Oh, when they talked about Margarito, oh, you mean the guy who lost to Mosley, who I beat? It's like, he would always do that. He would say, oh, so that's who beat who. So that means that I don't need to fight him. That's triangle theory. It's trying to say that you don't need to fight a guy because you beat the guy who beat the guy who beat him, and blase, blase out. And a lot of boxing fans use this false logic, but we know it's just not true. We know that a top level guy could lose to a low level guy and he can bounce back. We've seen it. Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn. He bounced back and beats Keith Thurman. So this is boxing. So the AJ win, it was an MMA guy. And now the other thing I wanted to touch on was everybody saying, boxing was saved. And it's like, how? It was just an MMA fight. It was a crossover fight. If Ngannou would have won, and that was another reason why I picked Ngannou, because I was saying, look, if Ngannou wins, it's not a loss for boxing. I was already saying that. I said it's not a loss for boxing. This guy's a fighter. He trains for fighting, and he went 10 rounds with Tyson Fury, so he's at least decent. Now everybody's saying, oh, how could you pick Ngannou, or how could anybody think he was going to win? It's like, that's what we've seen. He's decent. Now we're not saying he's good or was going to beat these guys, but we said he at least has something. He had the power that you had to be watch out for, and he has somewhat decent boxing skills, enough to make the number one heavyweight look bad. So before we get in a rush, it wasn't a fight to save boxing. Boxing is not won over the MMA. And if an MMA guy had slept Joshua or maybe beats Fury, it doesn't mean that boxing's over with and MMA is better now. That's not what it means, man. These are circus fights, and eventually one of these guys are gonna win. That was another reason I said, hey, eventually, I mean, it's bound to happen, right? Roll of the dice. I'm gonna take the underdog because he has a chance and I can make a shit ton of money. I mean, this is what you're in it for, right? At the end of the day, you know, you make bets to make a profit. But when I pick these fights, a lot of times, like I'm picking Ryan Garcia over Devin Haney, doesn't mean I think he's really going to win. It's who I'm going for. I mean, Devin Haney should have boxed him, but there is a slight percentage chance, just like we've seen with Fury and Ngannou, that the guy can get touched on his chin and it could be night-night. So for everybody going overboard, AJ is not the best. The number one guy will be the winner of Fury and Usyk. I'm picking Fury, but if he loses, I mean, Usyk is a hell of a fighter. And then Anthony Joshua could still fight Wilder. He could still fight Tyson Fury. And that's the other thing about boxing is like these guys have been side by side, and their fans still support them, and they don't fight each other. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you have Joseph Parker having the best wins. You know, Zilly Zhang, Deontay Wilder. Those are great wins. And these guys, they're fighting legit heavyweights. Meanwhile, AJ sleeps at MMA, and now all of a sudden, oh, he beats Fury. It's like, wait a minute. Fury is the top guy, and he's fighting the other top guy. So let's wait. Let's pump the brakes. I mean, AJ, he's okay. This to me proves nothing. He's a decent fighter. He lost to a really good fighter in Usyk, but we don't know if Usyk is the best. If he beats Fury, obviously he's the best, but that is a hell of a fight. So we have to see. And before everybody jumps down Tyson Fury's throat, until somebody beats him, you got to give the man his credit. If you don't like him, if you do like him, I mean, and if you do like him, he's not the greatest. He's been stalling on this Usyk guy. Everybody knows it. So that's kind of being a boxing fan, man. It's you don't hit your wagon to one person. You don't hit your wagon to any specific pick or fighter, because they're always gonna let you down. You know what I mean? And here's the other thing, man. Because you get a pick wrong or you get a pick right doesn't mean you know more. It's 50-50. One guy's gonna win, one guy's gonna lose, and there's upsets. It doesn't mean you're a boxing savant because you pick one guy. Like how much credit can you get for picking AJ? You know, he did what he was supposed to do. The only question was he gonna do it in a spectacular fashion? And he did. But again, that's what he was supposed to do. It's what they said Tyson Fury did, but he did it. But guess what? He's gonna fight the number one guy. It's not like he's fighting cans. It's for undisputed. Okay, they said maybe Flip Hergovich is next for Anthony Joshua, but I just wanted to put out the fire. This whole boxing was saved, and thank goodness AJ saved boxing. It's like, bro, he did what he was supposed to do. They're only basing that off of because of how Tyson Fury looked. But now Tyson Fury's trash. I just don't buy these kind of fanning the flame narratives. I mean, it's clickbaity-ish. It's very childish. You know what I mean? It's entertainment, but at the same time, I try to keep a logical perspective on it all. And look, man, one of these days, one of these MMA guys is gonna sleep a heavyweight. It's just gonna happen. It's bound. It's the law of averages, right? One of the times somebody's gonna get lucky. I mean, Ngannou almost got lucky against Fury. So anyway, man, I think it was okay. It was a spectacular knockout, but I mean, you gotta pump the brakes, bro. Like, let's pump the brakes. It wasn't just say boxing saved. AJ is not the number one heavyweight. We really gotta see on these things. But that's my take. And you know, AJ could face Joseph Parker. He could face Flip Hergovich. It appears that Fury and Usyk have a rematch clause. So by the end of the year, we should have a clearer picture. But this is the sad state of boxing, that this is why we have to say who's better, Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, because they never fought. So these are the same fanboys that are trashing Canelo about Benavidez, or he ducked this guy, that guy, and Bud Crawford is gonna fight Eubanks and he's not fighting the other guys. But this is boxing, man. So you know, if these are your favorite fighters, I mean, more power to you. But we can't go on and say he's the number one guy for being an MMA guy. I mean, was it spectacular? Yeah. Was it a highlight reel? Yeah. But you know, it was an MMA guy. Again, it was an MMA guy. He was 0-1. His claim to fame is losing. You know what I'm saying? You know, I picked him, but I'm gambling with the law of averages, right? Like when I make bets, I want to make money, so I'm gonna pick a way to make money. Picking Joshua, what is that gonna get you? It's gonna get you absolutely nada, right? I mean, it's gonna get you, oh, I picked AJ. But again, it's like, was that hard? Again, man, so you kind of have to break these things down. And the other reason was, it wasn't a fight to save boxing. Like, if Ngannou would have knocked him, then everybody would have been crying bloody murder. And this is what people do, man. They jump on the wave. Okay, Frank Bay, I ride the wave. I don't, get taken under. I don't get thrown off. Frank Bay rides the wave. I'm in and I'm out, and I'll break it down for you. So for anybody who says, oh my gosh, I gave you my reasons, right? Okay, and again, like I said, one of these days it's gonna happen. Okay, Jake Paul might sleep Tyson, and they're gonna say, "Oh, look, and a guy off the street can come in boxing now." That's what they said about Jake Paul, and that's what they're gonna say if he sleeps Tyson. Oh, look at the guy, he came off the street and he beat a legend. Like, come on, man. But this is the, like I said, I keep saying this. This is the world, the social media age. So if you listen to me, man, just understand. I try to break it down to you in a way that keeps you level-headed. You feel me? But right on, man. We'll break down some more fights. I think we got Williams Zepeda this week, and then at the end of the month it's Tim Tszyu, Queef Thurman. So some good boxing, man. But please like, subscribe, comment, follow my lives, and I'll be putting out more stuff, man. Thank you. Talk to you next time. Peace.